Stand up. If you can't stand, sit at the very edge of your seat. Roll your shoulders back, pull your shoulder blades together, and look slightly above the horizon line. Now tighten your core for 3 seconds and relax. You have just shifted your physiology from a subsistent state to a dominant state. In the lab, we don't start the engine until the chassis is level. Robert Greene, the master of social strategy, once wrote, "The world is a giant scheming court where we are all trapped." If you are not the one defining the rules of your interaction, you are playing by someone else's, and in their game, you are programmed to lose. Today, we are installing the frame control matrix. We are moving past being nice or assertive and moving into the realm of total situational dominance. I need you to stay with me for the full session because tip number 7 is the reality override. It is the master key to winning any disagreement before it even starts. Without it, you're just arguing. With it, you're leading. Thank you to the mechanics who have subscribed and are actively recalibrating their lives. Your presence in the lab is what keeps these blueprints coming. If you're ready to stop being a passenger in your own social life, join the collective now. The neurology of the test. Why do we lose our cool or get flustered when someone challenges us? From a neurology physiology perspective, it's a failure of the prefrontal cortex to override the amygdala. When someone tests your frame, perhaps with a backhanded compliment or a direct challenge, your brain perceives it as a threat to your social status. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing becomes shallow, and you enter a reactive state. You have effectively handed the keys of your emotional engine to the other person. To win, we must stay proactive, maintaining a cool, clinical distance from the social heat. Blueprint 1, the Amused Mastery filter. The first glitch is reactive defense. When someone mocks you or challenges your authority, the nice guy software tries to explain or defend. The upgrade. Treat every challenge as if it were a joke told by a 5-year-old. You wouldn't get angry at a toddler for calling you a poopy head. You'd find it funny. This is Amused Mastery. When you respond with a slight knowing smile instead of a defense, you signal that their test isn't even powerful enough to register as a threat to your reality. Blueprint 2, refusing the bait, the 3-second delay. Most social tests rely on speed. They want to startle you into a reaction. The upgrade, install a 3-second delay. When someone asks a challenging question or makes a sharp remark, do nothing for 3 seconds. Maintain eye contact. This silence is a social vacuum. It forces the other person to wonder if they've made a mistake. By controlling the tempo, you remain the mechanic in charge of the diagnostic. In evolutionary psychology, the person who asks the questions is the alpha of the interaction. The person answering the questions is seeking approval. The upgrade. Never defend your choices. If someone asks, "Why did you do it that way?" don't provide a list of reasons. Simply say, "It was the most efficient path. What else is on your mind?" By moving the conversation forward immediately, you refuse to be interrogated. You are the one directing the data flow. Breaking the eye contact leak. Your eyes are the most honest part of your hardware. If you look away first, or if your eyes dart around when you're challenged, you are leaking authority. The upgrade, the triangle lock. Look at their left eye, then their right eye, then their mouth, and back to the eyes. This creates a focused, predatory gaze that is calm rather than aggressive. Hold it until they look away or break the tension. This anchors your frame as the stronger reality. The incentive reversal. The nice guy program thinks, "I need them to like me." The mind mechanic thinks, "Are they worth my time?" The upgrade. Shift the incentive. Instead of trying to prove you are interesting or capable, look for reasons why they might be interesting or capable. Ask yourself, is this person adding value to my lab or are they just noise? When you stop trying to get validation and start evaluating the other person, your frame becomes impenetrable. The physiological anchor. When the pressure is on, your body wants to shrink. You might cross your arms or tuck your chin. The upgrade. Use expansive posture. Occupy more space. Drape an arm over the back of the chair. Spread your feet. By manually forcing your physiology into an expansive state, you are sending a signal to your brain to lower cortisol and increase testosterone. You are literally hacking your own confidence from the outside in. The reality override, the master key. This is the ultimate tool in the frame control matrix. It is the ability to ignore the other person's premise entirely and substitute your own. If someone tries to insult you, you don't address the insult. You address their state. If they say, "That's a stupid idea," you don't explain the idea. You say, "You seem really stressed today. Do you need a minute to recalibrate?" The upgrade. By commenting on their emotional state rather than their words, you have successfully overwritten their frame. You are now the doctor, and they are the patient. You have won the interaction because you refuse to even enter their reality. Let's review the matrix. First, we installed Amused Mastery to neutralize challenges. Second, we used the 3-second delay to control the tempo. Third, we used the what else pivot to stay in the lead. Fourth, we used the triangle lock to seal our visual authority. Fifth, we reversed the incentive to become the evaluator. Sixth, we used expansive posture to anchor our physiology. And seventh, the master key, we used the reality override to command the interaction. Frame control is not about winning an argument. It is about being the person whose reality is so grounded that others have no choice but to gravitate toward it. I appreciate you for staying for this session. It shows you are ready to move from repair to command. If you're ready to see how these frames apply to professional negotiations and high-stakes social environments, watch the next session on your screen right now. Let's get your engine running right. I'll see you in the next session.